boy. Huh. I play a lot of games. A lot of them aren't very good, or are average at best. Even those can be fun. I think you could get some enjoyment from them. There's a certain line you just never want to cross. The deepest depths of shovelware, the worst cash-ins, the most poorly made games. This one is from Lucky Chicken Games, who are most famous for crafting one of the worst games of all time, Aquaman Battle for Atlantis. This isn't nearly as bad or unplayable as that was, but it's just as pointless. The only elements this game takes from its tie-in movie is that there's werewolves and vampires. That's all. There's a few clips from the movie in the intro, but no effort is made beyond that. It's really hard for me to describe just how much nothing this game is. There's no story at all. The two story paths, Vampire and Werewolf, have 8 levels each. I played the Vampire path, besides 1 or 2 mild diversions. Every level involved running down the same alley, shooting the same guys. Sometimes you have to do a vampire war. You're tasked with defeating a whole bunch of opposing generals. One level's goal was just to survive for 15 minutes while endless enemies ran at you. The game is clearly trying to be something along the lines of Hunter the Reckoning or other types of twin-stick shooters, but it plays terribly. The camera is really uncooperative, and your aiming is slow and unresponsive. It was hard for me to tell at times if moving the right stick was actually even doing anything, or if my character was just auto-aiming. There's no aiming cursor, and your character swings the gun around towards enemies at an unreasonably slow pace. Every level starts the same. You get a mission briefing from Guy, who tells you to kill all the werewolves. The objective never changes, so I'm not sure why he has to tell you to do it every single time. So you just run, and shoot, and run, and shoot. It all just combines into a seriously unpleasant play experience. There's not much to talk about on the audio front. The game's got one single rock track that plays every time you get into a combat. Otherwise, the game is silent. They got Kate Beckinsale to say one single line, but there's no other dialogue. Total playtime for me was 3 hours on the easy difficulty. Sometimes I go with my gut. I don't quite trust developers like this to balance difficulty properly. I've been burned too many times. I've generally been one to recommend trying new games when you can. Even if you're afraid they might be average or just bad, you still might find enjoyment from them. Terminal Reality's games were never the best, but I find everything they made extremely fun. Even their movie tie-in Aeon Flux game. Basically, just don't even bother playing this one. There's nothing you can get from this. Next time I'll come back with something actually enjoyable and cool. See you next time.